Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So if you're keeping up with WoW news, you might remember that a few months ago there was a huge debate regarding add-ons and how they affect the game. Now, being a long-time player myself, as well as shortly working in the video game industry, I found this interesting, so I decided to conduct a little experiment. In the process, I will hopefully get a better understanding of why some of the player base calls for add-ons to be toned down or even completely removed. Uh, I'm also aware of Blizzard's intention to implement private auras in M+, in the next expansion, but more on that in another video. Now, before I reveal my plan, I'd like to mention that, in my opinion, add-ons are really a necessity the way modern WoW is played, and this is mainly for two reasons. Reason number one is that gameplay is just too complicated, especially at the highest level. There's too much clutter, there's too much input, and you just need add-ons in order to efficiently navigate the game. And reason number two is that gaming in general has become more fast-paced, and add-ons simply complete some tedious task for us. I'm sure nobody wants to spend extra time posting items on the auction house or memorizing a certain route to take in M+, and so on. So as I said, I came up with a plan to test how impactful add-ons really are. The idea is to play M+ to 2500 rating without a single add-on on a default UI. And I'm afraid it only gets harder from here on out. I'll play an off-meta spec, so that way I won't have it easy when it comes to getting into groups. I also decided to go with a badly geared character that I've neglected for almost the entire expansion. And to top it all off, if any of my friends join the group or if they're already in the group, I'll just leave promptly. Given that the War Within beta is out, I'm very limited time-wise. Plus, the player base is scattered between other game versions such as SOD and Cataclysm Classic. So the M+ scene is kind of at an all-time low. I don't want to say dead, but everyone is just waiting for the War Within. As far as the process goes, before starting the run, I will show my add-on page, or maybe after the run starts, because sometimes the pickup groups, especially at lower keystone levels, are just antsy and they start keys without a timer. Every gear piece I get will be mainly obtained in M+ dungeons. Some will be crafted, but I don't really intend on doing any raids apart from the occasional LFR, and that will be just to get Boolean items. However, the LFR runs will be documented as well. Later on in the video, you have the chance to see the gear that I'll be starting with, and everything will be documented from here on out. On top of that, I'll try to do a commentary for every run, trying to dissect any mistakes I make, as well as trying to, figure out any kind of tech that I can implement to make it easier on me, especially if it's something that can help me replace an add-on or at least manage something that's not in the default UI, like a macro, for example. Yeah, so my end goals. I have a few, and I'll just list them, I guess, in order of importance. Number one is to try and figure out how lacking the regular UI is and what would be what are some of the best changes Blizzard can make going forward in the War Within. Number two is to provide a more clear picture of how hard the content really is if you play without add-ons. Number three would be to push myself to become a better player, though I feel like this could have been number one, but okay. And number four would be to reach 2500 rating, though at this point this is just a wishful thinking. So my pick, as you can see, came down to a Guardian Druid. I know that Guardian Druid is a okay class in terms of being the tank, but it really struggles with magic damage and doesn't have many crowd controlled buttons, especially compared to something like a Vengeance Demon Hunter. However, it's one of the most played specs for me, so I decided to fall back to comfort for this one. Yeah, so without any further ado, let's take a look at my gear. So I would say that the most important piece that I have is the fire arc weapon, but everything else is, I would say, total trash. So have some LFR trinkets, this thing that I crafted a few seasons ago, some veteran gear, tire sets from previous seasons. This thing doesn't even have a socket in it. Oh yeah, the crown jewel of my gear set would be this green piece of chest that I'm wearing, but hopefully that will all be replaced soon, at least, you know, with some crafted gear. We'll see how far I get. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it and that you will stick around for the journey. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. Any likes, comments, or subscribes are more than appreciated. Take care, and I hope to see you around.